Muy buena gente, bienvenidos a un nuevo vídeo de Edo. Y hoy estamos con Genshin Impact. No tengo nada más que decir, pues continuemos. Ok. Bueno, he estado ahí haciendo algunas misiones fuera de cámaras, o sea, recados para ir consiguiendo algo de experiencia, pero no me he centrado mucho en el juego. Empecé con el Tomb Raider, que lo veréis muy pronto, seguramente. Bueno, muy pronto va a ser que no, porque todavía no he subido la mitad de los capítulos que tengo de esto. Y bueno, vuelvo al Genshin, y no es porque ya he empezado el nuevo mapa, es porque el otro día miré misiones y vi una misión que puede ser interesante. Esta puede ser interesante. Igual que esta también puede ser interesante. Antes este no estaba, pero este de aquí arriba sí. Perdón, este no, este sí estaba. Y este creo que ha debido aparecer, no sé, hace nada. Pero yo iba a hacer esta, así que empecemos haciendo esta. Y cuando terminemos este, haremos lo del cazatormentas. Correo. A ver, ¿dónde está la misión? ¿Es esta? Sí. Vale. Aquí abajo. El sonido no va... Bueno, sí, creo que sí, ya está empezando a ir bien el sonido. Vale. Uy, me confundí otro.
Thank you for coming on such short notice, Honorary Knight. I know you must be busy. Well, to make a long story short, there's a particular matter at hand that the Knights requires your assistance with.
Veo que los caballeros están tan ocupados como siempre. Una frase típica de la maestra Jean.
Yes, it has been one thing after another recently. Neither myself nor any of the Mondstadt garrison are able to catch a moment of peace. I have recently received multiple reports from the Knights of someone within the Lawrence clan having close dealings with the Fatui.
The Fatui? Again? Oh, but who are the Lawrence clan?
There was a dark period in Mondstadt's history when the aristocracy ruled over the city. The hard-won freedom that followed with the fall of Decarabian was lost once again as slavery spread throughout the land. The first Dandelion Knight, Vanessa, spearheaded the revolution that overthrew the old aristocratic system and established the Knights of Favonius, leading Mondstadt to become the city that you see today. The aristocrats that had oppressed the people of Mondstadt were none other than the Lawrence clan.
Oh, Paimon gets it! So the clan's descendants are now scheming with the bad guys to carry out more dubious deeds!
We suspect as much, though we have yet to obtain any solid evidence. The reason I summoned you here today is to ask you to help us further investigate this matter.
Pero, ¿por qué nosotros? Son a un trabajo para los caballeros de Favonius.
Unfortunately, the Knights of Favonius and the aristocracy have been at odds with one another for as long as I can remember. We've already considered every possible way of resolving our differences, but it seems the descendants of the aristocracy remain antagonistic towards the Knights. No matter what stance we take when dealing with them, the outcome is always the same. Our efforts only result in adding more fuel to the flames. We could come knocking on their door on the grounds of a search warrant, but if the investigation were to come up empty, I'm afraid tensions and distrust would only increase. All of our past efforts would have been wasted.
Pero, como caballero honorario, técnicamente también pertenezco a los caballeros de Favonius.
You are in fact the best candidate to represent the Knights of Favonius. But you need not emphasize your role as the honorary knight. You are a traveler from a distant land, and you can approach the aristocrats in this way. Once you come to friendly terms with the Lawrence clan, you should be in a good position to learn more of their possible connections with the Fatui.
Whoa! Leave it to Master Jean to come up with such a thorough plan!
Perhaps such plans have become second nature after all the diplomatic issues I've dealt with. The name of the Lawrence clan member in question is Schubert. Lately, he can often be found strolling near the northern city walls. It is said that he is difficult to get along with due to his temperamental disposition, but if we approach him calmly, then things should go off without a hitch.
Yo me encargo. Espero que todo salga bien.
Thanks again for your help. If you run into any snags along the way, I'll do anything in my power to support you.
Me volví a confundir. Mapa, a ver dónde era aquí. Vale, no está lejos. El sonido va un poco mal. Porque va un poco lento el sonido. ¿Qué me dices?
Huh? Who are you?
Hello! We're here to...
Hello?
¿Hola? ¿Pasa algo?
What's wrong? Did you just say what's wrong? Huh. And I suppose you think that you can simply strut up here and greet me in such an ignoble and vulgar manner? Given that I don't recognize you, I can only assume that you are a traveler of some variety. I'll have you know that you are speaking with the Schubert Lawrence, a blood descendant of the magnanimous nobility. If you wish to address me, you'd best consider your words more carefully. Such nonchalant manners are inadmissible and will never do. Now, if you're somehow capable of understanding anything I've said, then you will get down on your knees, apologize for your negligent actions, and give me a proper introduction. That's
etiquette? Paimon's never heard of something so complicated before.
Huh. In former times, when people knew their place and respected traditions, such conduct was only basic courtesy when greeting a nobleman. And neglecting your manners would result in a swift whipping. But look at the world now. Rules have been thrown to the wayside and manners forgotten. I cannot bear to see such degradation.
Todo eso suena bastante engorroso. No me sorprende que la aristocracia cayera.
What did you say? You dare question the dignity of the nobility? I'll have you know that though the Lawrence clan is in decline, myself and others of noble blood are looking for a chance to restore our rightful honor. Just look around. The people are unruly and undisciplined. I, however, strive to retain the elegance and etiquette of the nobility. After all, we are of a completely different breed by birth.
Y aún no he dicho nada.
Save your words. I find your manners and bearing repulsive. I have nothing to discuss with the likes of you. Besides, I am in no way obligated to instruct commoners on basic courtesies. Now I have more pressing matters to attend to. I'll take my leave.
Madre mía.
So this is what Master G meant by difficult to get along with. Let's head back and talk things over with her.
Llevo ya tiempo sin jugar al Genshin. Ya no me acuerdo ni los controles. No me acuerdo cómo era la visión. ¿Cómo se usaba la visión? Ya ni me acuerdo. Oye, he conseguido una protogema. Ah, vale, ya me acuerdo. Uy, qué mal va el sonido. No, alejamos. Ah, vale, ahí. Y el sonido se fue. Hombre, Amber.
Well, if it isn't the honorary knight. I'm just on my way out to gather some intel. I didn't expect to run into you here. Huh? Judging by your expression, you must have run into some trouble.
Master Jean tasked us with a special assignment, but things seem to have run aground for the moment.
Es una larga historia, no fue culpa nuestra. Bueno, nuestra culpa. Aunque era mismo realmente.
No need to get down on yourself. Sometimes things just don't turn out as planned. Even I can't guarantee useful intel every time I'm dispatched. You just have to keep at it and never give up.
Gracias, una frase muy típica de Amber.
Hey, why don't you let me try to help? What's the problem?
Master Jean asked us to build a connection with someone named Hubert Lawrence. But it turns out that he's a peculiar character that doesn't listen to anyone, especially Paimon.
Aha, Schubert! I know him. Let me guess. He said you didn't have any manners.
Así que tú también lo conoces. Parece que a ti también te sermoneó.
I've been on the receiving end of his lectures many a time. The Lawrence clan can be very particular about such things.
You mean everyone in the Lawrence clan is just a big headache?
As aristocrats, they believe there should be a certain distance between themselves and common folk. I understand their thinking, but that's just not how things are anymore. However, there is one exception among the Lawrence clan, my good buddy, Eula.
Buddy?
That's right. Not only is she from the Lawrence clan, but she's also captain of the Knights of Favonia's 4th Company.
Pero Jean dijo que los Lawrence consideran enemigos a los caballeros. ¿Un miembro de la familia Lawrence puede unirse a los caballeros?
Eula is special. She's not quite like the other members of her clan. She has her own beliefs and it shows. In other words, she doesn't really adhere to the strict rules and conventions of her family. However, she's still quite knowledgeable about dealing with the Lawrences. I'm sure you'll see what I mean if you meet her.
That's strange. If Eula is a member of the Lawrence clan, then why would Master Jean choose us for the task? Couldn't she just ask Eula?
Well, it's a little complicated. Basically, the Lawrence clan has frowned upon the fact that Eula joined the Knights. Her family members don't particularly care for her. In their eyes, Eula is nothing but a traitor to the family.
Parece que tiene un fuerte carácter. Es comprensible desde el punto de vista de su familia.
She's very easy to get along with. Just explain the situation, and I'm sure she'll help you come up with a way to get along with Schubert. In fact, I think she's out in the wilderness on patrol this morning. You should be able to find her around Storm Bear Mountains.
¿De verdad que tengo que estar ahí? Oh, tío, madre mía.
Thanks, Amber. All right, you heard her. Let's go find Eula.
Good luck, you two. I've got my own matters to investigate.
Realmente ya conoce a Eula.
Well, if you want to learn about the conduct of the Lord...
Menos que tengo un teletransporte. Vale, ya estamos al lado. Menudo lag me acaba de dar. Y el sonido otra vez va mal.
The Fatui! What are they doing here? Is that why Eula was sent on patrol here? Let's fight first and talk later!
Por aquí. Guau. Me está dando tirones. A ver, ¿dónde está ese Fatuis? Me lo deja perfecto. Guau. Con la...
I must leave no stone unturned.
Eliminado.
You don't think twice before reaching for your sword, do you? Do you have any idea how long I've been tracking these targets? And now you get to stake a claim. You think you're stronger because you got to them first? Mark my words, vengeance will be mine.
What?
¿Venganza?
That's right. I heard the commotion and came as swiftly as I could, only to find you two already fighting the Fatui. Not only that, you are making quick work of them too. If I didn't make my move, you would have been able to take all the credit. Still, I'm glad you're unscathed. Confronting that number of Fatui at once can be dangerous.
Yo estoy acostumbrado a pelear contra ellos, soy experto en combate.
Sorry, doesn't understand what you mean, but thanks for your concern.
Concern? Why would I be concerned for the safety of my arch-enemies?
Arch-enemies? Wait a minute! You were saying how glad you were that we were unscathed a second ago!
By which I meant, if you were injured, I'd have to escort 2 strangers guilty of stealing my targets all the way back to Mondstadt. Which would mean you'd cause me even more trouble. My vengeance would be swifter still.
Huh? So that's how you see all this?
Tú debes ser Eula.
Yes, that's me.
Paimon thinks she's pretty strange. Although at least we can communicate with her.
You dare to call someone you've just met strange? Forget the aristocracy. That's rude even by normal standards. Speaking of which, how do you know my name?
This is the honorary knight of the Knights of Favonius. And speaking of rude, we're trying to investigate an aristocrat named Schubert Lawrence. He's so obsessed with etiquette that he's not even willing to speak with us.
I understand now. That's my uncle, all right. But why do you mean to investigate him?
Se sospecha que puede estar involucrado con los Batui.
I see. You have some nerve to faming a family member right in front of me. I will have vengeance for this too.
No! This is an assignment from Master Jean! It's just an investigation, that's all!
¿No tienes curiosidad? ¿No te preocupa tu tío?
To the everyday citizens of Mondstadt, everyone in the Lawrence clan is scum. It's natural for rumors and unwarranted gossip to lead to such suspicion.
Hard to avoid such a reputation when you're known as the ruthless rulers of old Mondstadt.
Oh, so that's what you think of me? Yet another transgression to avenge.
But didn't you see it first? Oh.
Curious. We've only just met, and you've already given me 3 causes for vengeance. It's been a while since I've encountered anyone as interesting as you.
Tu definición de interesante es indecente. ¿Por qué estás tan contenta?
I assume you need me to teach you the conduct of the Lawrence clan. Only then will you finally be able to communicate with my uncle, correct?
That's right. Amber told us to come and talk to you.
Well then, let's begin your training immediately. It'll be easier to train when we're back in Mondstadt. We'll require other people.
¿No ibas a vengarte de nosotros? ¿No estamos en el momento de oportuno para vengarte, o sí?
We can put that aside for now. Besides, if it's the acting Grandmaster's assignment, and Amber's the one who recommended me, I should comply.
Paimon's confused. This girl's all vengeance this and...
Vale, ahí está Eula.
Ah, you finally arrived. There's no time to spare, so we'll begin with our first lesson.
Wait, hold on. There's something we need to clear up first. Otherwise it'll keep bugging us.
En cuanto a la venganza, ¿no estás esperando el momento oportuno para vengarte, o sí?
So that's still on your mind, huh? Maybe you're the ones who can't let things go. Don't worry, there's a time and place for exacting vengeance. Besides, I'm not in the mood for any right now. Best save it for later.
You need to be in the right mood for vengeance.
I already have a long list of vengeance to exact. Even if I wanted to begin now, I'd have to start in the right order. Who knows how long it will be before I get to you?
Well, if you have so much to take care of, wouldn't it just be easier to give us a clean slate?
Absolutely not. Stealing my targets, calling me a ruthless ruler, and suspecting my uncle. All worthy of vengeance in my eyes.
De verdad está llevando la cuenta. Así que no era en broma.
But you needn't worry, at least not whilst we're investigating this matter. I'm sure you're familiar with the phrase, a man of moral integrity fears no slanderous attack. If Uncle Schubert didn't commit any wrongdoing, then any such investigation will prove fruitless. But if he did commit a wrongful act, then he should bear the full punishment. I'm sure you understand.
Creo que comienzo a entenderlo.
Good. Now, there are two key points that aristocrats attach great importance to. Your manner of speech and your bearing. Let's begin with your manner of speech. Aristocrats have a very unique way of carrying conversation, even with mundane daily topics.
Oh, Paimon's already learned some unique conversation. Mark my words, vengeance will be mine!
Not even close. And besides, it sounds strange.
Hey! Paimon learned it from you! And didn't you say not to call others strange? It seems you don't respect the rules of your own clan.
No, I've no need to trouble myself with such frivolous formalities. Here, for example, when greeting a friend, you could say, "As the morning dew greets the coming dawn, so do I greet you, my dear friend."
As the morning dew does what now?
However, such a phrase may only be used during the morning hours. Also, the party with whom you're speaking must be of approximately the same status as you. Morning dew is not uncommon, so it expresses that friendship should not be measured by value, yet also suggests that friendship between aristocrats is pure like water.
Tanto trabajo solo para saludar a un buen amigo.
Oh, no. You must be prudent with your words. Calling someone a good friend could easily offend them.
But didn't you just say my dear friend in your example? Paimon's confused.
Yes, I did. But you must know in the Lawrence family, dear friend is a set phrase that can only be used towards certain friends with whom one is acquainted, but not particularly close. It sounds much more pleasant to call an acquaintance a dear friend. So, another thing to remember. Aristocrats are concerned with face and being polite. However, if you were to use dear friend to address an intimate friend, the recipient would think that you were deliberately trying to estrange them.
Qué complicado.
This is only the first step in making a greeting. After addressing one another, you then exchange courtesies.
Wait! This is all too abstract. Perhaps it would be better if you gave some real-life demonstrations.
Very well. Come with me. We'll choose some bystanders to converse with.
Madre mía.
Windblade!
Vaya, me confundí de botón.
Oh, you're Eula of the Lawrence clan, right? Nice kid.
You there, lowly laborer. You stand in the presence of a member of the illustrious Lawrence clan. I have words for you. Please acknowledge the glory bestowed upon thee by the nobility... What comes next? Hold on. What did they always teach me? Whenever a dispute arises, protection of your family's prestige and dignity always takes precedence. Got it. As a lowly commoner, you shall maintain absolute reverence when speaking with those under which you so graciously toil. How...
Is everyone from the Lawrence clan so strange? The days of the Lawrence clan's tyranny have long passed. I don't care what you're trying to do. Just beat it.
Creo que no entendiste lo que quiso decir. No está haciendo una demostración de
Like I
etiqueta.
said, I don't care what you're doing. I have nothing to say to any member of the Lawrence clan. And here's a word of advice. I wouldn't be caught dead walking too closely with any one of their like in Mondstadt. If that's all, I'll be going. I'm afraid I won't be able to control myself if we talk any longer.
Hey! Don't leave! Halt! Mark my words, vengeance will be mine!
Wow, the Lawrence name really does carry a terrible reputation.
Never mind him. I could have predicted as much. Let's find someone else. You there, lowly toiler. You stand in the presence of a member of the illustrious Lawrence clan. I have words for you. Please acknowledge the glory bestowed upon thee by the nobility, and solemnly kneel to the ground with utmost sincerity. Huh? Why don't you respond? According to the custom, I must wait until you kneel completely before I can say the next words. Ah, right. I mustn't look at you too long, or I'll be drawing more attention to our difference in status. Oh dear, I've already stared at you for quite a while. Fine. You may spare yourself the formality of kneeling, as it may be a little inconvenient. I shall continue. Oh, wait. I think there's a line for people with rude attitudes in this situation.
Hey, stop bothering me or else I might say something you wouldn't like to hear. And again, I've got no words for anyone from the Lawrence clan.
Again? What's with this attitude?
Eso fue rápido. Quizá debamos detenernos.
Yes, I don't think his attitude will change. If I keep grandstanding like this, the outcome won't be good. Let's try to find someone else to talk to. I'll remember your unwillingness to comply. Mark my words. Vengeance will be mine.
A ver qué dice este.
You there,
Bueno,
lowly
reacciona.
worker.
Yeah, I've already heard it all before. Look, just spare me the time. Our answer's always the same. We've got nothing to say to the likes of you. I mean, seriously, can't you just take a hint?
Please calm down. We don't want to cause any trouble.
I know she's a knight of Favonius, and that the knights wouldn't misplace their trust, but the name Lawrence carries too much weight with it. Even to this very day, the descendants of the Lawrence clan are still scheming to reclaim Mondstadt and reinstate their aristocratic rule. And if that wasn't enough, here you are purposefully using their awkward way of speaking just to put on an act? Don't you care for the feelings of us ordinary folk?
You have a point. But mark my words, this transgression will not go unnoticed.
Huh? You want to fight? Listen here, I may be no match for you, but I'll be sure to lodge a complaint with the Knights of Favonius.
Creo que deberíamos dejarlo por hoy. Vamos a calmarnos.
I'm sorry, but I want her to understand that I'm serious. Listen here, if you don't want things to get more unpleasant, then you'd better just stop.
Forget it. There's no point in quarreling any further. Let's go. It's all right. This happens quite often. Let's find someone else to talk to.
Paimon thinks we've seen enough now. Let's just stop. Actually, Paimon thinks we should apologize for asking you to demonstrate for us. We had no idea the feelings between the Lawrence clan and the people of Mondstadt were so bitter.
What can we do? The Lawrence name is already a dirty word among every household in Mondstadt. Even 3-year-olds know the story. I see this kind of attitude all the time.
¿Cómo puedes seguir sonriendo? Empiezo a empatizar contigo.
Don't worry. What with me being a knight of Favonius, they're usually willing to speak a few words with me. Perhaps my aristocratic manner of speech provoked them today. Believe me, it's not a big issue.
So this is the way things are normally for you? There's no need for them to direct their anger at you personally.
That's the way things are. Perhaps it's just fate for those who have made mistakes. Accepting punishment is only fair, right? But when your family has committed atrocities, I'm afraid there's no easy path to reconciliation. As memories are carried in the city breeze, the faults of such grievances are passed from one generation to the next. It is now my turn to bear this burden. At least I have a means of living a relatively normal life compared to the elders of my family. I have nothing to be discontented about.
Así que todo este tiempo supiste que nos encontraríamos con estos problemas.
Yeah. Why were you so willing to try and demonstrate for us?
Oh, that reminds me. That last person will not escape my vengeance either. Let's leave it at that. Just think of it as something I like to do. But unfortunately, you probably didn't learn much from those conversations. It seems we have no other choice but to find more people to talk to.
No need! Besides, the Traveler's pretty sharp, and nothing gets in our way on an adventure. Paimon thinks we got the gist of it now. Right? Right?
Sí, eso creo. Todavía no estoy seguro.
We'll just have to
Estoy
roll
muy
with
seguro.
it for now. Let's just keep Eula from getting anyone else riled up.
Well then, I'm glad you learned something. You're already halfway toward mastering aristocratic conduct. A proper manner of speech is more aesthetic than anything else. It stems from their taste for refinement. But we must also practice your bearing. I have a very effective way of training for this. Come with me to Dragonspine.
¿Allí? Primero tengo que ir aquí y ahora tengo que ir al frío. Vale, ya estamos al lado. Por aquí. Toquemos esto. Ah, vale, ahí.
It's so cold. Does aristocrat training really need to be done here?
If you wish to truly achieve the dignified conduct of an aristocrat, you must learn to remain composed and elegant even amidst harsh conditions. For example, you can see that part of the path up ahead is quite difficult to traverse. But a well-trained aristocrat would not only effortlessly proceed forward, but do so without a stain on their garment and their elegance fully intact.
Paimon thinks we've left the realm of aristocrats and entered the realm of adventuring. Compared to what we've already seen, this should be a piece of cake.
Sí, ya estoy acostumbrado. Al menos será más fácil entablar una
I
conversación.
think so too. But you've got this in the bag.
You look pretty confident this time. All right, let's get started. Remember, you must be graceful and elegant. Don't get knocked or launched into the air. That would be most unsightly. That won't do. You've exposed your shortcomings. No need to worry. Head back
Vaya.
to the starting point and try again. It'll be difficult at first, but the key is to remain patient. Remember, you must be elegant. Don't get knocked or launched into the air.
Let it rain.
That won't do. You've exposed your shortcomings.
Vaya.
No need to worry. Remember, you...
Someone needs assistance.
must leave no stone unturned.
Ignoremos. Vale, ignorándolo
Not
era
bad. A lot
suficiente.
better than I had anticipated, at least.
Paimon almost didn't make it through. Whew. Good thing we didn't get stuck. So, are we aristocrats now?
Don't flatter yourselves. We've only just begun. This scenario was relatively simple. In the face of a real battle, one would seldom have a chance to stop and evaluate the situation. There's a ley line monolith just up ahead that will attract nearby monsters. True elegance is the ability to calmly yet swiftly make decisions in the heat of battle.
¿Normalmente entrenas así? No me extraña que seas tan
My
hábil.
family set only the highest expectations for me, even as a child. Let's proceed, shall we?
Lo dejamos aquí, Y buena gente, esto es todo por hoy. Si os ha gustado, darle like, comentad lo que os ha parecido, compartirlo y suscribiros. Dejaré mis redes sociales en la descripción. Y bueno, no tengo nada más que decir, pues hasta el siguiente vídeo. Chao.